whenever you are leading or you think you are leading and there are no people behind you, then just know you are taking a walk or what you are taking a stroll. That not be me talking, and John C. Maxwell talking. Whenever you are leading, and by that, whenever you are following, people are not happy, people do not resonate with your ideas, they don't follow your principle, they don't like you, you are only taking a stroll, because you can never lead the people to where they do not want to follow you to. And that's the situation we're having now. But that's not the point. I'm not here to talk about whether he was being chaired or not, whether people raised their phone, people are being excited seeing him. That's not the point. After all, that doesn't change the GDP. That doesn't increase our foreign direct investment. That doesn't impact on the naira. So that's not the basis for this conversation. So I'll leave all that pedestrian conversation for. But that's an obvious truth. We just saw that the people are not happy. That being said, it's unfortunate that we have allowed our system to be governed by just politics and no longer values and ethics. The same NBA conference of 2022 that Bola Ahmed Tinubu refused to attend as a presidential candidate, he avoided, he boycotted, sent Kazim Shettima, then vice presidential candidate, to go and represent him in a comedic way, and said he came to mimic or he came to create laughter, so to speak. His media analyst said, is what he's attending now with all the pomp and pageantry because he's not president. You did not respect the NBA as an institution. Vie for the election. And now you are president, of course. We understand how government works in this country. Government is in charge of everything. And it's okay. It's okay. It goes to show that only the next president of Nigeria would also avoid conferences of NBA and other organizations and associations that mean well for this country, that are seemingly supposed to be part and parcel of the progress. And then when you get to the office, and that's why we see people in this country. Muhammadu Buhari did it, boycotted the national presidential election debate. Of course, APC stopped it, at least ended it, collapsed it, so that Bola Ahmed Tinubu can become president. Now he's president, he now wants to attend the conference. He's not speaking, he's not the one to. Of course, it's his politics. Oh yeah, politics. Oh yeah, it's okay, it's fine. However, that being said, you would have the clips are all on social media now of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu inspiring Nigerians to believe in the economic recovery of his government and a lot of other things. I've watched the video back and forth, and just so you know, I don't come up here and just want to talk, right? This is my stalking train. I've watched it back and forth, and there's one part of the video I want you guys to see. Look at this part.
The hope is here. The critical changes and bold endeavors will be embarked on by this nation, depending on the cooperation and the collaboration of all of you in the private sector, the drivers of the economic growth and prosperity. Yes, it is a shame not to have electricity for the majority of homes in Nigeria. Yes, poverty is not a shameful thing, but not acceptable. We must banish it. So you all, rigorously thinking of investing in Nigeria must be a dream. But let's interrogate, how did we get here? The hardship. But can we continue to service external debt with over 90% of our revenue? It's a path to destruction. We cannot continue that. We have to make hard decisions.
That's him. That's President Bola Ahmed Tinubu talking about how we cannot continue to service, use 90% of our revenues to service loans. However, the man and the government of that did that is still working freely. Some of them were incorporated in his government. And you see the problem. The problem is we are putting lip service to the growth of this country. We are not serious yet. Because one way to really show to Nigeria, or to show to successive government, I'm saying that deliberately, predecessors may have messed up, you don't want to go. But how do you show to successive government that things must change? Is to do two things. Values, we must change our value system. We must begin to change our mindset about who we elect into public offices. People that work for that government, some of them are romancing with you, and they are seeing this government. Some of them are your sons and daughters. Some of them are your friends and colleagues. Some of them are your alibis and associates. And you are lamenting to Nigerians. What did we do? How did we cause that? Your party was in power, using 90% of our revenues to service loans that we cannot even see the impact in the economy. And then you are telling us we cannot continue like that. You want to inspire us to do what? And you have them there. After values, because with values, it means that we begin to streamline. Values borders on morality and ethics. What is the proper way to do things? What investigation have become? Apart from Bawa and Mefeli, why have you yet to start to investigate and probe certain monies that were wasted in that government? Why? The former Minister of Aviation squandered Nigerian money to do a showcase. Billions of naira. We are hearing several monies, yet nothing. Nothing. No probe, no investigation, no recovery. So we should just continue like that as if nothing has happened. And you say you are inspiring us to do what will cause. Then the next is laws. I want to check society that has made it. After values, they believe in. If you say we should have values, we should believe in the naira. We should do this. They will not put in laws, right? That's why you see that in some countries, it is almost necessary when foreign direct investment coming. There are certain things that you must do. They'll tell you, okay, you have to employ certain percentage of the workforce. You have to do this. You have to do that. You have to do community social responsibility and all that. Then they will not go ahead and make it laws in that country or in that society to ensure that these things are being effected. What are the laws? What are the laws? NBA is inviting a man that absconded and have boycotted conferences and debates to come and speak to do what? What are you selling to future election aspirations? What are you selling? And then, of course, I'm not surprised. The current NBA president, with due respect to him, Barrister Yakubu, was on national TV defending the fraud of elections. Watch the video.
A frivolous person. I am not. I had all of those comments. But my comment was based on empirical evidence. Nigerian Bar Association deployed 1,000 observers across the country. Across the country. I don't know how many EU observers have been deployed across the country. And in the form that we curated for the report by our observers, we also have columns where you would, as an observer, tell us if you saw any EU or any international or foreign observer at your polling unit. Terry, I received reports from our observers, those that turned in their report. Not less than 600 of those that turned in their reports. And by the way, for every report that we received till date, we can tell you the geolocation of the person who sent that report, and also give you statistics or details of the device that he used. So we leveraged on technology. That came real time. 20% of those who turned in their reports said the election was excellent. 67% of those who turned in the report said that it was satisfactory. If you add 20 to 67, and EU, how many polling units did they go to? And how can we now elevate the report of 50 people against? Let us look at the statistics of what they did.
That is him, Barrister Yakubu. Somebody that's supposed to be a protector of our national values and principles. I'm not saying you should hit at the president. It's not possible. You would have gotten presidential support or you want presidential collaborations in your work. But going on national TV to even rubbish the EU report, because whereas in the electoral act of this country, Real time uploading of election. You didn't talk about that, and it's unfortunate I was the one that interviewed you. You would have asked me why. You would have explained this rubbish you are saying now publicly. You said that your observers had more credible on ground information, and then they credited over 87% of your observers. Well, you see this challenge of saying government do not close to the people, government are not close to the people. The ordinary NBA with less than 1 million members, the president is talking, his people are different. Ask your people, put microphone for their mouth. Let's no talk truth. How you said that election was credible. So what happens to real time uploading? And this is why we having cash and carry judicial system of justices in this country. If the NBA president is supposed to be a custodian of values and principles of laws in this country, look at what you are seeing on national job. You have to say that days before the president came to your conference, so you were given an assignment to go and deliver. No wahala. If DSS arrest me, Mona not give me lawyer. No wahala. And so I will do this. But we must say the truth. And why? In other society, people, somebody can be a lawyer and effectively run his career as a lawyer and retire and be okay. But here in this country, every career is a stepping stone to the politics. That's what we do. And that's why all careers, doctors and lawyers, actually when they get to the politics and the administration of that association, they begin to play lip service to people, lip service to growth and development, lip service to actual servicing of the people. There are lawyers in this country that need help. We need to strengthen our legal system to protecting even your lawyers. But here you are romancing with the same executive that has put us, whereas judiciary is supposed to be the hope of the common man. Barrister Yakubu, well done. We should rubbish every other report. They should even leave court. All the Peter B and Atiku and everybody in court, they're not guesses. Are you guesses? So you don't know where they got their report from. You have to do the bidding of the government. How do we grow in this country? He who comes to equity must come with clean hands. We don't have clean hands, yes. There's nothing that can happen in this country. I'm sorry, unfortunately. If the Nigerian Bar Association can be this low, with due respect to all of you, I've got friends in the legal profession and I respect a lot of them. But you see, the hope and aspirations we have for this country were just a joke. I thought you were just a joke. Let's face reality. Nothing will work. I said it one time ago. It is Nigerian doctors that were having elections in Port Harcourt and people, bloodshed happened. And you say the election was 87% of your observers. I'm not saying anyone from my unit, but it's okay. MC Romo was checking a whole tribe in an election. You see the election was credible. There's no hope. Good night.